8 days after we got back from our honeymoon, I went to Thailand. Under $30. Have some of my Coach bags full to the brim and move her into my parents' house. Organizing a lot of my tops by brand. I think it would be really good for me to spend an afternoon in my closet. This season I've brought a lot of new things in, especially from my traveling. Mostly items that I got from my trip and a couple of items that I got for my trip, but it is just so full. I always like to do a little bit of a closet revamp. I think I probably end up doing this about once a year, maybe twice a year depending, but I feel like once a year I end up kind of just going through my closet, reorganizing. Last time I did this was actually before the wedding, but I think it was more going through my cubbies and some of the cubbies that I have back here. This time I want to do that, but also take care of everything that's hanging up as well. I got this hanger at an estate sale and it just holds a few different things at once. I keep my jeans on here, but the hanger is really heavy and I do find it to be like a little bit complicated to get my jeans out. I kind of feel like I would prefer my jeans to be folded at this point. But this summer I've gotten a lot of really nice cotton pants, just flowy, breathable, long, and I keep them rolled up here, but I kind of feel like I might like them better on that hanger, at least some of them, like the ones that I wear frequently. I think I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to put my jeans up top over here. What an awesome YouTube recommendation for today. Maxed out New York City apartment needs help. I decided though to pretty much remove everything on hangers that I'm going to go through. I'm not going to bother with our like sweaters and sweatshirts. I mainly wanted to do that so I can clean the floors and the baseboards. They were very, very dusty. I've been going at it for a little less than an hour and I feel like I'm almost done. This is kind of my least favorite part because it's just like a lot of odds and ends. I did have to take all my denim down from that shelf. I need to rework that. And I put all the cotton lounge pants that I had on this hanger. It definitely freed up some space in these cubbies, and I've gotten a lot of my shirts put away. Also, I've gotten a lot of Justin's shirts put away, but I wanted to show you his collection of soccer jerseys. A lot of these we got on our honeymoon. He got a jersey in Madrid, Porto, and Lisbon, and then he owned a couple of other jerseys already. And then when I was in Thailand, I got him this Thai jersey. Also got myself one. It was cute and pink. But I've been organizing a lot of my tops by brand. I have done it by color before. I might go back to color after a few months, but right now I'm doing brand because I buy a lot of the same top in different colors. I'm most guilty of it at Uniqlo and Aritzia. So like I own 5 of these long sleeve TNA home stretch tops. I own white, gray, this pink, this blue, and a black. I wore these a ton in the winter. I really like that the style is waist length. I'm kind of over cropped tops. Another example of this is I have 3 of these long sleeve Uniqlo tops. These are a little bit loose fitting compared to the home stretch tops. The home stretch tops are definitely a little bit more like fitting your body. I'm just finishing all that up. I kind of got these 2 baskets a little bit organized. This is just where I keep all my sleep tops. And then I have some graphic tees that I wear a little bit during the day that like sometimes I wear for sleep tops, but lately I've just been wearing these during the day. But I just got these in Thailand, these cute graphic tees. I got this one in Madrid. The back is a little bit more interesting. I went to the Metallica concert recently and I got this t-shirt. Just have some little sweaters back here. It's been a few hours since I've been in here. I just took a break, but I'm ready to jump back into it. I was toying with the idea of not tackling these. Also from Thailand, I got a bunch of these awesome gauzy 100% cotton skirts. I think I found a pretty good spot to film in my room. But these are what the maxi skirts look like. I got an ivory one, a brown one. These were really inexpensive, under $30. So yeah, I definitely wanted to buy those. And then these 2 that I have are tiered, but I got one that has just 2 tiers, like a long one and then this shorter one. This one I think is my favorite because it's not as bulky. I feel like I can wear it a little bit more casually, but I really, really love these. I've been looking for something like it for a long time and I was happy to find them in Thailand. The anger that I'm feeling right now, having just pulled this out of the very top cubby. I feel like I vaguely remember thrifting this a long time ago and I would have ate this up this summer. Like, I genuinely felt rage. It's a Blanco halter top, brown, and oh my god, I'm going to get on Depop right now and see if I can find more of these because I literally would eat these up. I cannot believe I went to Europe and Thailand and didn't bring this. Like, I can't believe I just can't believe I even have it. I've been looking for tops like this all freaking summer. It's fine. This is a halter tank that I wore a lot this summer. It's from Aritzia. I just on Depop got a white one because I enjoyed it so much. But sometimes I do feel like this one, like there are certain times that I wouldn't wear this, but this one is just like perfect for all occasions. I feel like it's a little bit longer. The material is like a t-shirt, so it does kind of feel like a little bit more on the casual side. But dang, I am kind of annoyed at myself for not having known this was in my closet. I decided to also start folding the clothing instead of rolling it up. I was finding all of the rolled up clothing to be really chaotic and it never looked neat, but this just looks so much neater with everything folded. Rolling everything up was pretty easy because I could just easily grab what I needed, and it also was better for putting a lot of items in one space. But I am trying to downsize this area. I just don't want it to look that chaotic, and I've gotten rid of a couple of things now. I thought I had some big grand plans for these baskets. I did not. The yellow one holds some summer items that I can't hang up, like tube tops and things like that. The gray one has nothing in it, but I'm sure I can find something. It just is a matter of it making sense. And then those two bags up there have some of my Coach bags. We recently moved my grandma into my parents' house and she was coming from Florida, so we helped her pack up all of her things. And she had a bunch of these empty bags that she was using for her purses that she just had extras of. So she let me have those, and I thought that they would be good for my purses. I saved some of these bedding containers, like those zipper bedding, plastic bedding containers that they come in, and I finally put things away in them, so it just looks way more neat. I actually ended up with a decent amount of clothes that we're getting rid of between the two of us, and I was going to donate them. I still am, but I think I want to actually run these by Plato's Closet. We'll see. I have some nice stuff in here. It's finally, I mean, it doesn't look like it, but it's finally not raining today. It's been raining for over a week now. It's going to be cloudy all day, but it's not raining. So I'm gonna try and get out and do as many things as possible. I'm wearing that brown halter top today, and I'm going to leave in just a minute to take all of the clothing, and I have a couple of shoes, I have a couple of bags. I'm going to take it all to Plato's Closet, see if they can give me some money, and then whatever they don't want, I'm going to donate. I'm just going to stay in here for a minute and do my makeup and fill you guys in a little bit on what I've been up to, because I definitely haven't been up to YouTube. So my husband and I finally went on our honeymoon, and that was a blast. We went to Spain and Portugal. I shared some like travel vlog shorts on YouTube. I filmed a ridiculously long video about the trips that I haven't finished editing, but I don't know that I will because it was so long. I just like don't know anybody that would want to actually watch me talk about our honeymoon for 40 minutes, but it was so much fun. I loved Portugal. And then 8 days after we got back from our honeymoon, I went to Thailand. I am half Thai, and my whole life my dad had been telling me that we were going to go to Thailand at some point. You know, I have 2 other siblings, so a family of 5 to go to Thailand, it just is a lot. And Thailand is so far away. My dad hadn't been back since he was a teenager, so like it just felt really far away. You know, like financially it felt far away, the distance, it was far away. I don't know. It was just something that like we just never ended up doing growing up, even though we all really wanted to, and like especially my dad. My dad has family members there. We have family members there. But about a year ago, my sister finally went with my grandmother. My grandmother had been a bunch of other times. Like she goes, I would say like she goes yearly to Thailand with her sisters. But last year, my sister, she finally went. I gotta tell you, like, we were a little bit jealous that she got to go. Obviously, like, we were happy for her that somebody was finally going to make it, but like we were a little bit jealous. And then, you know, fast forward a year later, we finally put aside the time and the money to go. Really though, actually, more news. My dad and my sister were on a cooking show on Food Network called Family Recipe Showdown. I definitely recommend you watch their episode. They were on episode 3, Family Recipe Showdown. You can watch it on Food Network. I think they do like reruns of it. It comes on, it's a brand new show, so they're releasing, you know, episodes every week, I think like Thursday at 9 p.m. But you can also watch it on HBO Max. Spoiler alert, they won the show. You guys need to watch it. They won, well, their episode that they won. And they won $10,000, which was a huge reason why we went to Thailand. But I definitely think it took like my sister going and like seeing how much fun she had. And she got to meet a ton of family members when she went. So I think it took her going for everyone else to be like, okay, we have to go. We have to prioritize this. And my dad like booked the trip while I was in Europe. So I didn't even have a lot of time to like get worked up about it. Cause I think like I had built it all up in my head for so long, you know, since I was a little kid. Just kind of like building this place up in my head. The flight to like, I was so freaked out to be on a plane for 24 hours. Did not realize that you're actually not on a plane for 24 hours. It's just like multiple long hour flights. But yeah, he had booked our flights for about like 8 days after we got back from our honeymoon. So I barely had like any time to think about it, but I think that was good because I just went with it. Like it was just something that was happening and I was going to do it. I was finally going to go to Thailand and we had the best time. My mom didn't go, I think mostly because it was super last minute. She also has like a lot of things to do at home. So it just like didn't work out for her to be there. But all of, you know, the sibling group, Allie, Max, and I, we all went, and my dad went, and my grandma went. And we met all of my grandma's sisters over there. So my dad's aunts, they live in Florida, and they go to Thailand like multiple times a year. But we met them all over there, and we got to meet a bunch of my grandma's cousins. I got to meet a bunch of my dad's cousins. So yeah, that was like absolutely the trip of a lifetime. And we are already talking about going back in January because my grandpa, he was not able to go. My uncle is basically my grandfather's like caregiver. My grandparents live with my uncle and my grandma is like very sturdy. She's in her 70s and she definitely can do a whole lot, but my grandfather, he's in a lot better health now, but about a year ago, he was experiencing a lot of health issues, but he had such FOMO from not being there, and I think we're gonna try and make it work so that him and my uncle can go. My uncle also had to stay back, which was a bummer because like the last time he was in Thailand, he was like a baby, like a child. Him and my dad are about 10 years apart. Yeah, so I think my dad was like 19 when the last time he went. So then my uncle would have been probably like 10. So I think in January when it's like not as busy and it's not as hot, I'm sure it's still gonna be pretty busy and still pretty hot, but my grandparents are from Florida. It's not like they can't handle it. And honestly, he's in a lot better of shape than he was a year ago. Like he gets around pretty well and he will need breaks and stuff, but we will totally make it work for him. I just know he had such FOMO from not being there because seriously, it was like the best trip ever. Like our honeymoon was really good. Justin did not go to Thailand, so like I can't technically say it was the best trip ever. I think January will be the best trip ever because I think Justin's gonna try and go. So I know that it'll be so amazing. But yeah, no, Thailand was like top trip for sure, top place. I loved it more than I even imagined that I would, and I didn't want to leave. Like I think we did about 10 days there, and I would have stayed for longer. I would love to talk about Thailand more in another video though, because I still have all of my little souvenirs that I got kind of tucked away because I want to share all of it. Like I want to talk about everything that I got. I feel like these trips kind of brought me in a different headspace with beauty, just because it is such a big part of like my routine. I like too that I've been wearing makeup more often. Like when I was traveling, I basically wore makeup every day because like every day is a photo op, but I like it. I like doing my makeup in the morning. All right, this is one of those like XL bagoo bags. It is full to the brim. Hopefully it just won't be as full the next time you see it. Plato's Closet said it would be about 2.5 hours for them to look through my stuff. So I think I'm probably just gonna go back home. It wasn't that far, but I realized I did not finish my full update because I got carried away with talking about Thailand. A few days after we got back from Thailand, I had to go down to Florida with my mom to pack up my grandma's things and move her into my parents' house. My grandma has Alzheimer's. She was diagnosed more recently, but she had been experiencing, well, like we had been noticing and experiencing some problems with her memory for a few years now. And she was always in denial about it. Unfortunately, I think her condition could have been not prevented, obviously, but I think like her memory at one point could have been preserved with medication and just intervention and therapy and anything that the doctors would have been willing to do for her. I think that we could be in a better situation today, but it had quickly advanced, and she's 82, married to a 90-year-old, and he cannot take care of her. And he had been calling my mom, begging her to come get her. It's just a really complicated situation because my grandma is a very difficult woman and she's in complete denial about her Alzheimer's. She doesn't want you to bring it up. There will be like multiple times a day where she's like, I don't know why I'm feeling like this. Like, I don't know what is wrong with my brain. I don't know like why I can't remember things. Grandma, you have Alzheimer's is like not what she wants to hear. So it has been really complicated and very difficult. Before any problems with her memory, she does absolutely have like personality disorders, and she's struggled with a severe eating disorder, or like, I guess she hasn't struggled with it, but we've struggled with her having an eating disorder. And yeah, she's like a really interesting person. Never met anyone like my grandma before. And yeah, so that happened like pretty recently, just like within the past couple weeks. We've moved my grandma into my parents' house. My mom is looking at like assisted living facilities in the area, but I think that will be a really difficult thing to start as well. So we'll see kind of what happens with that. But that is a little bit up to speed with what has been going on, because I pretty much had like back-to-back international trips, and then right after we got back from Thailand, I had to go to Florida with my mom to pack up my grandma's stuff and then bring her here to move her in. So I've been kind of helping with that adjustment a little bit. But yeah, I've had a lot of time away from YouTube to think a lot about what I want to be doing on my platforms, and especially YouTube. I really want to focus more on YouTube rather than like Instagram and TikTok and just like that short form content. I really think that long form content needs to be saved and savored, because everything is so fast and moving so fast, and I don't know. Summers are usually really busy for me, but this summer in particular has been the most busy summer I've ever had. But I've had a lot of fun. It's been like a great summer. I would say like my best summer yet. And what's amazing right now too is that I am looking at a beautiful blue sky right now. I have just been looking at rainy gray skies for the past week and a half. Anyway, I'm gonna get home. I just got a text saying that my clothes are ready. After I dropped my clothes off, I went to the grocery store and spent $65. So if Plato's Closet can give me at least $65, I wouldn't say that would be like great, because I shouldn't have spent $65 at the grocery store, but that would be good. That's delicious. I was not expecting that to be so good. Strawberry watermelon bloom. Oh my god. Okay, so they barely took anything. I'm kind of stunned. Like, they didn't want these cute sandals? You're joking? They gave me $30.86. I thought I would do better than that.